All right, so time for science. What we're going to talk about this week, it's about vehicles. We're going to talk about the types of vehicles that we have. The first thing that we have, that vehicles that move on land. For example, the car, the bus, the scooter, the lorry, the van, the bicycle, and the train. All those vehicles, they move on land. Can you see a car that moves on the water or moves in the air? No, you can't. Those vehicles, they move only on land. Now let's turn the page. Now here we have vehicles that move in the air. For example, like the helicopter or airplane. There's also another example of vehicles that move in the air. For example, the jet. Correct? Can you see any of those on water? Of course you can't. Now we have the vehicles that move on water. We have the ferry, the motorboat, boat, and ship. Of course, there are so many other vehicles that move on water. But can you see any of these move on land? Of course you can't, because they only move on water. Now let's do this part. This part is we're going to take the vehicles that are in the right places and cross an X, do an X on the vehicles that are moving on the wrong places. The helicopter, is it on the right place? Up in the sky, up in the air? Yes, it is. So you're going to make a tick here. Now, what's this here? It's a bicycle. Can you see a bicycle in the air? Of course not, because bicycle move on land. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a cross. Now let's see the boat. The boat is on land. Do you see a boat moving on land? Of course not. Boat move where it moves on the water. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a cross. Now I have a scooter here. It's on land, correct? So does scooter moves on land? Yes, it does. Can you see it up in the air or on water? No, of course not. So what we're going to make here is we're going to make tick because it's moving on the correct place. Now here I have a lorry. Lorry, it's on the road, so it's on land. So is it moving in the correct place? Yes, it is, because lorry moves on land. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a tick. Now I have a motorboat. Motorboat, it's inside the water. So does it move in water? Yes, it does. It does not move on land and it does not move in air. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a tick. Now I have an airplane here. Airplane inside the water. Is this even correct? No, because airplanes, they fly up in the air. So this is not the correct place for it. So we are going to make a cross here. Now the last thing I have here, it's a ship. The ship, it's inside the water. Can you see a ship on land or in the air? Of course not. So the ship, it's on the right place, which is the water. So what we're going to make here, it's we're going to make a tick. Now we are going to talk about fuel. Fuel, it's something that every vehicle needs to be able to move. Some vehicles, they don't need it, but most of them, they do need fuel to be able to move. Let's look at the car. Those are some of the vehicles that need fuel to move. We have a car, the van, the scooter, the bus, The ferry, the train, the helicopter, the airplane. Those vehicles, they need fuel for them to be able to move. Fuel, it's like gas. You have to go to the gas station, for example, the car. Your mommy or your daddy has to go to the gas station for them to be able to put gas. Gas and fuel, it's the same meaning, that they need, those vehicles they need so they will be able to move. Now let's look here. We're going to talk about here, we're going to choose which vehicles that need fuel to move. And we're going to write the names of it on those boxes. Now let's look at the first one. Does the bus need fuel to move? Of course it does. It does need fuel to move. So we're going to write bus on the first box. Now next, I have an airplane. Does an airplane need fuel to move? Yes, it does. Now we're going to write airplane in the second box. Now I have the next one, it's the scooter. Does a scooter need fuel to move? Yes, it does. So we're going to write scooter in the third box. Now I have a boat. Does a boat need fuel to move? No, it does not. So we're not going to write it. Now I have a truck. Does a truck need fuel to move? Yes, it does. So I'm gonna write truck on the fourth box. Now I have a bicycle. Does a bicycle need fuel? No, like when you ride your bicycle, do you put fuel inside? No, it does not. So it does not need fuel for it to move. Now the next one, I have a trishaw. A trishaw, it's half a cart and it's half a bicycle. So it's the same idea as the bicycle. Do you need a fuel for it? No, you don't. Now I have a helicopter. Do you need fuel for the helicopter to move? Yes, you do. So you're going to write helicopter in the last box. Now the last thing that I have here, it's a skateboard. A skateboard, do you need fuel for the skateboard? No, you don't. So you're not gonna write it.